I can pay for everything that's on you. So everything is on me. Got them girls going Cindy Lauper, got a garb and a little blondie. If you ain't drunk, then you're in the wrong club. Don't feel sexy, you're on the wrong beach. Tell the bar that we don't want no glass, just bottles and a bite, and everybody want each. Yeah, so bring the verb, free go. Think about it, hit the big 3-0. Party like it's carnival for Rio. Life's too short, they need to be out. Yo, we live, we die, we give, we try, we kiss, we fight. Also, we can have a good time, yeah. I'm in it busy looking for the next top model who's wearing something new and something old and something borrowed. I know this crazy life can be a bit of pills to swallow, so forget about tomorrow. Tonight, we're drinking from the bowl.
by the way?
I interviewed with the MLM. Or ICD as I call it. It was a panel interview. So that means another applicant was there. Which I was not expecting. I thought it was going to be all one. And she started asking us questions, and the first thing I asked was, okay, what exactly will we be doing at the job? And she's like, we'll explain that in the second round of interviews. Well, I want to know what the job entails. Because I knew what it was. It's basically door-to-door sales. And she didn't want to say it. And I just flat out basically took over the interview, and I was like, hey, this is an MLM. She's like, no, it's an ICD, by the way. They're very similar in structure. And basically that we would be doing borderline sales in hopes that we get a management position with no pay raise, and maybe it's all commission based, even though they're advertising a salary, like income negotiation. None of it was advertising a door-to-door sales position or appointment-based sales position.
Yeah.
It's very misleading, the job posting. And luckily, for the other applicant, thankful for me being there. Because she had... I told her, go do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Feel free to finish the interview. Remains up here. But hopefully, some of the information I shared was valuable.
You waste your time like that. I mean, you help some people, but
Oh, just for fun. And it's really annoying because this is the third company that tried to do this to me. They're like very rampant in my area. Like, they're a very big issue here. Very, very big. They're employing like hundreds of thousands of boys. Probably hundreds of thousands of boys if you consider all of these companies that are doing this grift all across Texas. I mean, hundreds and thousands of young adults are getting misled into doing these positions. And I mean, there's horror stories because they're all commission based, and like people are making like shit pay because even though they're doing, you know, triple the amount of work they would do at a traditional sales, like non-ICD, non-MLM based position, and they love to promise you like, oh, you'll be like this huge manager running a whole district by yourself, but in 12 months, which is just like, name one other industry where you're doing that in 12 months. You're sure as hell not doing that in traditional sales. So it's super, super predatory what they're doing. And yeah, I mean, sure, if it was just me there, yeah, you can call it a waste of time. But I'd rather waste their time and eat up that interview slot than have someone else get that interview.
I mean, good on you, Robin. You have good intentions. You want to run those people to the fucking ground if you could. That's nice, but
Yeah, they're scammers. They're scammers, straight up.
yeah, you have your objective. But at the end of the day, you still want to find a decent job.
Yeah, they're not gonna do shit. What do you think? Like a fucking
No,
customer
like,
service
I'm
or
not,
like? Yeah.
I'm not talking about the company who interviewed that, but I'm just telling you, like, could have just, you know. No, I mean, there's nothing else to be said about it, to be honest.
Could have just like not done it.
No, not at all.
Well,
No,
okay. Yeah, okay. So let me give you a perspective of what it's like in my position at the moment. I am applying to so many jobs. I'm sure you know the struggle of that. But then I get the occasional callback or text or email saying, hey, we want to interview you. And I get really excited. And Then they set me up for an interview. I go on a screening. I notice some weird, vague language, and they're not really going into detail with a lot of things. And even when I ask, they push back and say it'll be covered in another interview. So I researched the first company that does this. Turns out it's a borderline MLM. Okay, this happens 2 more times. And like, no, I'm gonna be angry. I'm gonna want to talk to them and say, like, you guys are doing a bad thing. Because not only is it getting my hopes up, it's getting so many other people's hopes up. It's wasting their time. It's wasting their money. No, it's really messed up. And I recorded the whole thing, and I'm gonna edit all the personal information out and stuff, and blur their faces and stuff. But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna upload it somewhere and put the company name in there, and be something that people. I would have not known that this is this type of company until way down the line, like the second or third interview. And even if, like, let's just say I didn't know about this type of company before, and they convinced me to come work for them, I would have been totally misled and brought into a position where I think I'm going to be my own boss. I can make my own career out of this. I'm going to make a lot of money, maybe. And it ends up being nothing like that. So if I was misled, I would be pretty beat up about that. And I've seen so many people lose like thousands and thousands of dollars. And traditional MLMs, ICDs are a little bit different because you're not paying into it, I believe. You might pay for conferences or courses or something like that. So, no,
Alright.
yeah, it's definitely out of frustration. I needed to see someone face to face and actually talk to them and understand what they're doing. The confirmation that that's exactly
Kind of disgusting.
yeah, no, very disgusting.
Yeah. Like, it's just... I don't know how to show my fucking thoughts about this. It's weird. I think they were doing the right thing here. Absolutely. It's just, like, yeah, I don't know. I can't really formulate a thought about it. It just sucks.
Yeah.
How long have you been at it at this point? 'Cause that's really, like, the main concern here. I don't know how long you've been looking for a job at this point. It seems kind of,
I've been applying to jobs ever since. I mean, I've applied to jobs before I got unemployment checks, but after I got unemployment checks for probably around 3 to 4 months. Well, now 4 to 5 months. That's at least 5 not interviews, but applications a week. Nowadays, I'm like applying to 15, 20 different jobs.
yeah, you know what?
Technical, both customer service, call centers, like data entry. I'm applying to anything that I want. Not even like a
Yeah, I see why you've done it then. It makes a lot of sense from your standpoint.
I have 3 different companies do this. The job market's not just bad for me, it's bad for everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's a very scummy thing to be doing. I mean, I'm reporting all their job postings on Indeed. I don't think that deserves to be on Indeed. It's tricky. It's not fair.
I'll take care of something real quick. There's a cat in my room. And I know he wants to fight somebody, so I'm gonna take care of that real quick. Wife, look him up, I know what you want. Yeah, we got it for this. But I want to entertain you a little bit. So, I want to entertain you a little bit. I don't know if you can look at my camera. So this chunker, right? He wants to tussle. right? And I have a secret weapon that I hide from time to time, and it's an X-blower. See this thing? This is a scary thing to them, right?
Yeah, this is very powerful. Don't blow it at your cat, please. So long.
Here's the situation. Cat underneath this bed that doesn't want to fight. Then the cat over there, where the fuck he went now, that wants to fight. I don't like this kind of bullshit. Never mind, he fucked off. You're good. You don't need to use the air blower. I'm gonna just open the door and hope everyone gets the fuck out. Alright, never mind. No entertainment.
I could tell she liked me from the way she stared. And the way she said, you missed a spot over there. And I know that you think it's just a fantasy, but since your dad walked out, your mom could use a guy like me. Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I've waited for so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom. Stacy's mom has got it going. She's got it going. She's all I want, and I've waited for so long. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong. I'm in love with Stacy's mom. I'm in love with Stacy's mom. Wait a minute. Stacy, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me. I know it might be wrong, but I'm in love with Stacy's mom.
Yeah, we cool. Cats are very territorial, you know? They fight over everything. That's why I wanted to kick him out. Because he's not usually hanging out around here. He was my, I don't want to have cool and quiet and just around back. And when they fight, it's very spicy. That's why I have my air blower, because that's the only thing that scares me.
That's not a hair blower. Right? That's not hardware.
I said air blower.
Oh, I said hair blower.
No, I hear. Usually to clean my computer. Oh my god. Now we have only 3 sets. 2 females and 1 male. And the one you saw, the funky one, that was the male. This is cool. Really fat. It's gone real fat lately.
Superman
situation, my brother saw me today, and I was really exhausted. And then he was trying to give me advice, like, hey, listen, me, I've done this surgery. Trust me, all you need is some strawberry milk.
Well, we have
He's like, fuck what the doctor say. Trust me. Oh yeah, also, on the topic of job hunting, right? Found a job. Well, it's not really a job. I think it's a thing. So the job offer says buttload of money, right? Let's just say buttload of money. But it's when I talked to the guy in WhatsApp, he was like, "Yo, we have great deals, but the pay is in crypto." And I'm like,
oh, fuck no. Get out of there.
dude, I tried to be as polite as possible while declining this, but this guy kept pressing.
Yeah, so it's called rehashing. It's a sales technique. That's what you'll notice with a lot of these sales positions. Interviews do not feel like interviews, they feel like sales pitches.
Exactly.
They want to sell you on the idea that you're a manager, you're rich off of crypto, you do this, you do that, your commission can go anywhere you want it to go. They'll sell you on the job, so you actually know what it is. And so when you learn what it is, you're like, oh, well, that's just the entry level. Like, I can work my way up, and I'll be making loads of money, and then, but no, we're just stuck at the entry level. Or when you get to the manager position, it's not a real manager.
But I don't think like if you the job offer so quick. That's so retarded. Who wants to be paid in crypto? That's retarded. That's some shady business. I'm wondering how I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening. I really wonder if there's even a possibility of a pay raise in my current company here. I mean, when I talked to my boss, he's like, yeah, don't expect that anytime soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's this game mind you, the whole time we had contractors. So like with contractors, there's like a bunch of laws. You contract out an employee, contractor employee. You know what I mean? You hire someone via contract. There's certain things they can and cannot do for the company. And there's contract. And if they work a certain amount of hours, or if they do this, or they do that, or their term is too long, they're breach of contract. The company can breach contract with them, and they are entitled to be employed. That's kind of like what was going on with Uber and they're trying to pass a law that enforces that. I don't know all this. Basically, Addicting Games had a bunch of contracted employees that were not getting paid, yet they were passing the threshold of being required benefits and all the things they were getting paid. So while they were trying to completely crazy, the CEO of Addicting Games was not reporting back to that they had contracted them. So Dizzy's Gaming finds them what happened? And then they didn't know about it because no one from Addicting Games, the person responsible, was telling them, not telling them, and that took the employees that wanted to be full-time employees, contractors.
So what happened after then?
They had a huge legal crisis that they had to figure out. Well, I don't know if breaking laws is for breaking.
Breach of contract.
Yeah. They were definitely in, at the very least, Gray water. Yeah. Gaming apparently was actually completely
Do you think there is companies that don't seem shady at all?
Like to employers? Or to consumers?
Yeah. Like, no, a complete honest business.
I'm sure there are, but the problem in, at least in my country, America, the US, there's always a conflict of interest between employers and employees because employers want to, it's like a fine balancing act, right? Because you want to make your company like enjoyable enough to work at, so people will stay and your turnover rates aren't too high. And also your people are attracted to them. But at the same time, employees are by default the biggest expense, basically. Obviously, I mean, there's probably some specific industry where that's not the case, but typically, what happens is, yeah, you might get a good company that, treating their employees great, and, that's awesome, people who negotiate for good benefits for their employees, need more of that, but a lot of times what will happen is really, really big companies, Walmart, for example, they'll hire consulting firms, Kinsey will be like, okay, so you want to save money, right? And they're like, yeah, we want to save money. How do we do that? And so they look at their biggest cost, which is always employees, and they say, lay off this percentage of your employees and only hire part-time employees going forward as much as you possibly can because you don't have to pay them benefits.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's like-
I remember you telling me that before.
Yeah, so it's like an example of, it's not, I mean, yes, like ethically and like outside of the situation, it is shady, right? Because you're basically seeing a company that's worth billions and billions of dollars. I mean, I don't know, Walmart's probably like $1 trillion. I don't know if they're trillion or billion, but anyways, really, really, really rich companies go out of their way to cut costs on benefits to employees by not offering full-time positions that they can easily offer and then laying off a bunch of employees that they really don't need to. But it's at the same time, it's like, well, they're operating in a, in a position, like, it's like, blame the game, not the player type of thing. It's like, they're operating, I'm doing wrong, I blame the player and the game, but I can understand the argument of like, hey, we are operating in a system where our primary responsibility is to bring in money to our investors and also feed our shareholders. Or I guess it's the same thing, but you know what I mean. Depending on
Have you ever dealt with contractors before?
kind of. I try to avoid but I've done freelance. I've worked with not steak. The only times I've dealt with like I am working with someone who is paying me to provide a service via a contract is typically freelance. But I've never worked with a contract.
So that's what we are. We're literally just a firm that provides services through people within a contract. And the thing is, I don't know how, I don't know why our company is pushing too hard on this. I mean, it earns the money, but holy fuck, the negatives are way too high. To do with some hard ass clients. I wonder what kind of relationship should have been established with that client, do you think? Because when we first started working for that client, it seemed like it was more chill. Okay, we provide service, we had our team, but all of a sudden, within only a year, things just go haywire. Our contract is basically not being followed. Our workers are being pushed to the fucking brink. Services are mostly provided, some of our services are provided for totally free. No invoices, no nothing. We just provide the service for free for the client's pleasure. And it just seems haywire. I'm wondering how sustainable can that be in the long term?
I mean, with contracting, from what I've seen from, I know people who work for contracting firms, really big ones, arguably the biggest military government contractor in the US, they only usually cover the US companies. They might work with allies, I don't know. But anyways, they're really big. And when you get that big, you have a lot of leverage. You are not going to
Oh, we definitely want it.
No, I'm saying for big. You can understand that even though a bazillion employees are losing their jobs if you don't work with a contract, it is a small part of
Did you know that the company worked with the client for over 4 years without renewal of the contract? I'll just add to that, right? It's a year contract. The 1 year should be renewed. But here's the bombshell that really cracked my head open, right? The client had regulations beyond, regulations that are so detrimental to the contractor without renewal, affirming a contract to begin with. So there was so we lose money, something that we didn't sign a contract for, and it's still being talked about even to this day. And we still lose a lot of money without the contract there to affirm that this is what we believe. You know what I mean?
previous contract expired. I I mean, I'm sure you guys can go provided these there's previous contracts. You can probably argue that in court and it probably settles it. Or you just file a contract. You can do a lot of things. I don't know all about it. But what it sounds like to me is this is a contract that you guys desperately need. And so you basically have to, when you negotiate your leverage, you're negotiating your contract with yourselves, and then what that turns into is you have no money, so you can hire new people. You can't hire new people. It's either you don't hire people, or you hire people that are qualified and train them up as soon as possible, then end up getting a pretty mediocre employee that'll make tons of mistakes or like not benefit the company to their fullest potential. And then another thing is, since you're not hiring new employees or you're hiring bad employees, you're not putting all that workload on your current work staff and trying to squeeze every little tiny thing out of them while probably cutting benefits, cutting this, cutting that, and just trying to squeeze as much productivity out of them with the lowest amount of investment into your employees. And you do all of this to maintain the singular contract instead of buying and pivoting, finding other contracts you can go for, building smaller contracts that can supplement income in case that thing crashes and burns, which it seems like it's doing. So, like I said, I don't know a lot about this, but
you really fucking drove a nail on that coffin, dude. Because that's exactly what's going on. It's for lack of better words, it's actually fucking insane.
So yeah, it sounds like you had really poor management, and then that led to your contract being dropped. Other things that you guys are contracting out for, because of reliance on the current contract, usually not you guys doing more work. Actual work is usually. There's actually one last thing. Like, stated this first. Talked about it first. He's a really smart guy. Probably can understand. But basically, there was this theory that all managers or companies are filled with incompetent people. It doesn't mean that people can't do jobs, but typically what happens is you initially get hired for a position that you're fully qualified for, right? Or that you can be quickly trained to be fully qualified for. So you do this job and you do really well. A lot of times what will happen at companies is you'll get promoted to a job that's related to the job you were doing before, but it's slightly different. And typically what that looks like is you go from like the crucial employee doing the, it could be a figurative ground, a literal ground, and a ground work, right? And above that employee, you might have a manager or a supervisor. Above those managers, you have another manager, you have another manager, another manager, and it goes up and up and up the list until you get to the executive board. And so what happens is you do not get promoted. Basically, everyone's getting promoted until they reach full incompetency, because they will never receive another promotion if they're fully incompetent for the next position, or underqualified for the next position. So you can only get promoted until you've reached full incompetency, and then by the time you get there, the thing that you were hired at the company for is not what you're currently working, and so you literally are never qualified for your next promotion at most companies. Because, like, for me, it would be kind of like, it doesn't really work like this in tech because you have multiple levels of a software developer, but it would be like if I worked as a software developer and then they put me into program management or a project manager or a program manager immediately after as a next step promotion. Those fields are related, and so it's possible that a software developer becomes a project manager once they decide to shift their career. But that's usually not going to be a promotion unless it's talked about, negotiated, and you understand there's going to be training ramp on or whatever it's called. Yeah, you usually don't do that in tech because you want to qualify for top companies. So like at Walmart, whatever, like not a fucking shelf stocker is not going to have necessarily a might, but they're not usually going to have just ingrained into them these skills of management of multiple employees.
Well, that's why most cases, those kind of people, before they even go ahead and get promotion, when they require like training, I mean, that's what happens with most companies, and where like what I hear from. They usually like get training before they get promoted. So first thing, how training goes, they receive the review from their administrators, the managers, who say, hey guys, you're working really hard, I think he's a good asset to the company, yada yada, we should promote him. But if that is the case, then when they first receive training, I mean, that's what happens with smaller companies too, they just like train people before they and then after their training is complete, they offer them a new contract, say, hey, there's a new offer, this and that.
So here, I mean, I'm sure the companies are doing that, but typically what you see is a lot of like, oh, well, we're under this person that does this position, so you should have picked up on what goes into this position. So typically there's not a whole lot of training. As you get into bigger companies, like for sure, it's called a feeder person.